What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Corey, and today I'm excited to jump into this because we are going to watch Two's entire drum performance from the TamTam Drumfest over in Sevilla, Spain on December 7th. I have stayed away from clips of this on social media. I have tried to go into this completely blind. Now, I know Two. I know Sleep Token's music. I'm a big fan. I've seen them live. It is a experience for sure. But Two is one of those people that, as a drummer, has a lot of unique ability, creativity, the songwriting. Everything is top-notch, and it's very unique to what they do. So I wanted to go in, check out this drum performance, and maybe break down some of the things that he's doing while we watch, and then at the same time give you a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of my opinion as to why it works so well, why I think it's so accessible to people, why I think, you know, everyone from actual artists and musicians to a general audience that has no musical knowledge or no musical ability, why everyone can enjoy Two and Sleep Token in general, because they are just some of the biggest artists on the planet. And if somebody is that successful, they're obviously doing something right, whether it's their writing, their playing, their marketing, something's going right. So seeing an artist break down their performances in front of a live audience like this in a very intimate setting is the coolest thing for me, and I'd love to watch this stuff. So let's go ahead and check out this performance. All right, guys, as always, before we get started, if you can, subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. It is a huge help for me. I really appreciate it. And if there's anything that I don't touch on in the video, leave me a comment down below and let me know any questions you have that I might not answer. Go ahead and leave me that comment, and I will try to get to you as fast as I can. I will try to break some stuff down. I'm sure there's going to be things I miss or some questions that I don't think about for people, especially if you're not a musician. You might completely watch this in a different light than I might. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer them for you. And yeah, let's go. All right, we are there. Let's go to looking like a gangster, man. The dude's a beast. He's toned down his outfit too, which is much easier to play in than what he was playing in. All right, let's see. So he's got some backing tracks. I can definitely see the rolling pad there, so I'm guessing he's gonna play some of this stuff. Man, his cymbals sound great, don't they? Oh, nice. So I actually had done a cover of this part on one of my Instagram videos. I think this is Windward. Kind of going through a little bit of the syncopation there. Drums just sound great, man. The Istanbul cymbals are just nasty. I'd be really interested to know if this is his like touring sound tech that tours with Sleep Token, or if this is just a guy at this festival. Drums sound great, sound very much like him. Okay, here we go. He's got the rolling going on. Yeah, he's playing a little bit of the hip hop stuff here. Nice. He's got the splash right there too. It's little nuances that he does is it's just fantastic the way he sets it up. And right here, like, this isn't anything too crazy. It works very well for the song the way he's writing it. He's not trying to show off some crazy technique. He's not trying to write some crazy part. He's adding to the hip-hop element here by doing something that's honestly repetitive, because I will say that's one element of hip-hop groove and the way the drums are written, is that it's pretty much a loop. You know, a lot of times a drum track will just be a couple bars on a hip-hop song, so you don't have to do too much. You really don't need to add too much nuance. It just needs to kind of groove and let all the other elements kind of fill the gaps. The beat can pretty much be steady and just be the same and just flow. That's one thing that I think Sleep Token does really well, is not to try and go overly complex. Especially in those parts, you know, especially with a hip-hop groove. Because you definitely can. And I love that he doesn't just see a cymbal or two as its individual use. Every cymbal has 2 or 3 different sounds that he kind of utilizes. The bells, the splashes. They all have different things that they add to the performance. One cool thing that 2 does as well that you can really see on some of these songs is that he keeps the groove with the right hand. He loves to follow the right hand to keep time, and then he adds all these extra nuanced cymbal hits with his left hand. I love his fills too. He kind of adds a little bit of unique dimension there. And then moments like this where he's just got the bell going, it's awesome. Just a little bit of rudiment work with the hi-hat and the ride cymbal. Classic, a lot of drummers do that. They just perfect complementary sounds there. Now the breakdown back, going back into the breakdown for Windward here. Oh no, actually this is Summoning. No, there was, yeah. Well, that was an interesting blend there. It's kind of different when you don't have all the elements. Vocals aren't really like right up front or anything. For a second, I thought it was a mashup. I'm like, damn. I'm so focused on what he's playing, I'm not really paying attention to the song. And I'm sure that's what he wants in this performance. It's pretty cool. I'm also not like the hugest Sleep Token fan. Like, I know Sleep Token is a giant band. To be honest, quite a few of their songs sound very similar to me. Like right there, though, I will say that, like, using that side stick on the ride cymbal, that is a very, very underutilized technique. Not many people do that. That's actually one of my favorite things. I love the little drop sound it makes. It kind of has this gong-ish sound to it. It's very high-pitched. It's almost like a bell, but it's more nuanced, and it's pretty sweet. And again, nothing crazy on this. Just a simple beat. Kind of got a notepad in the back. Just full groove here. Very unique. And so he's doing this thing here. A lot of drummers will do. They'll play on their leg with one of their hands, left or right, and it helps to stay steady with the other hand. For me, I will say that's actually a sign of a lack of control in just being able to play the groove steadily with one hand. But that's okay. Doesn't really matter as long as it works. That's just a thing for me. I always like to just see total limb independence, like 100%. Ooh, okay, I will say this is interesting. He's killing this groove. But I don't like that he's not hitting that interesting little, like, double stroke fade. He's got one pad that hits that, and he's not actually playing that part. That's just one sample that's doing that quick, like, 16th note roll. And I don't love that. Because if you're going to play the groove, play the groove. Like, do the whole entire thing. But, very small detail. Very, very small detail. Like, he's killing the groove otherwise. And it's cool because I can also tell he's starting to really like limber up and starting to get into a vibe here. I mean, we're roughly, what, 3 minutes? Oh, we're 8 minutes into this? Holy shit. 8.5 minutes? Damn. That goes quick. Nice. Alright, that was pretty sick. The way he kind of went from the pad to the bell there, great. And once again, you can see how he loves to accent the kick drum with his left hand here. Keep the groove going with the right hand. And he just keeps it kind of flowing. Now, I will say, even though that's really, really cool, once again, this is drummer talk. For me, you're keeping an interesting timing. You've got a lot of things going on. You're adding fills, you're adding nuances. But sometimes less is more, right? So the issue I'm having is that he writes the parts so similar for each song. Another ad. Here we go. Fantastic. Every song I'm going to get an ad. Great. And skip. Alright, there you go. 9:20. But yeah, it's like when he writes a song that has such a similar technique and style, it doesn't showcase a lot of different ability. And it's not that obviously he is an insane drummer. Of course he can play so many different things. And I know that's kind of the essence of Sleep Token, is to be a little chaotic and crazy. But for me, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of different flow in the way these songs are written. So we're on to song 3, and again, it's like each one of these songs, like, they're complex enough and they're still creative, and not easy to memorize what he's playing, obviously. But at the same time, it's, if you can learn one Sleep Token song, you can learn any Sleep Token song, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Now, even though he's a beast, I don't want anyone coming at for me thinking I'm in any way, shape, or form downing his ability. No, his ability is sick. It's interesting because it makes you kind of wonder what his influences are. Like, what does he learn and what does he take inspiration from? Because he's grooving here, for example. He's got some good chops. But there's something to be said for a drummer that chaos is not as hard as you might think it is. Sounds cool? Hell yeah. The average person, it blows their mind because they're not used to hearing this much stuff going on at one time. It doesn't really make sense for them in a scheme. Like if I was to count this out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all still in 4. As a drummer, you can tell that. You can be like, okay, I know this is in 4. I'm not having to do some crazy timings. I'm not having to listen to something that's polyrhythmic. It's just chaotic. It's just got a lot of nuance to it. And once you get to a certain level, especially as a metal drummer, those nuances are pretty easy to throw into songs. It's kind of like a catalog. You flip through, you say, ghost notes here. I kind of want to add some extra hits. I've got the kick drum pattern down. Like his little rolls on the hi-hat, for example. And I don't know this song, but I could just about tell you. And you start to feel what the groove is. Now, is he adding a lot of stuff to it? Hell yeah. And he's definitely creating a atmosphere with it. But every once in a while, it's like sometimes a little less atmosphere can really actually bring somebody into a song or let something else kind of shine in it. But I think that's kind of the fun with this, is that people want to be this kind of crazy drummer. It really adds to what Sleep Token does. And like some of those fills, great work. Like he's got some good nuances. He is showing a little bit of rhythmic, rudimentary adaptation. He's kind of adding some, different styles of flams, different double stroke things, some different paradiddle things, a little bit of double bass in there. But I'm not seeing a difference in his approach. I guess that's the only downside I'm seeing right now. However, what he does so well that I don't think anybody other than maybe me and other drummers actually care. will say though, damn, his snare sounds so good, man. I've never heard his snare not sound amazing. Whoever is his drum tech is just owning their shit. So there we go, we're getting a little bit of nuance there, a little bit where he's going a little less chaotic. And now we're getting to some kind of interesting polyrhythm timing stuff. Alright, another ad, man. We're getting an ad after every song. Alright. Really got to get that ad blocker. Skip. Alright. Man, 14 minutes, 30 seconds already. It feels like I just started this video. Yeah, I mean, he is definitely a beast. And especially for the metal audience, the people who want to see this level of drumming in every song. And not go too crazy, you know, with orchestration. Because even though it's like he's a blend of orchestration and over-the-top playing, it's like a perfect blend of that. Like, everything he's playing is, in my opinion, over the top for the song. However, it's like that's the appeal of it. And it's not to a point where it's flashy and show-offy. It's like overplaying to make it complex and make the song, that's probably a more simple song, make it seem like it's less simple than it is. And I guess in a way that brings out some emotion in the song. But I mean, drummers who, for example, in their own way do the same thing. Luke Holland, Chris Turner, some of the guys who are the big metal guys right now, that's what they do. I mean, you're putting your entire self in these songs, you know what I mean? And like some of the nuance there, I actually do that with the mallets. That's a pretty cool thing. It just shows a little bit of diversity in the way you play and your ability to kind of adjust to the sounds that are needed. You know, the way sticks build up on a cymbal compared to mallets is different, so if you know those nuances, you can entertain a audience with that a little bit better. Yeah, this is really weird to hear these songs without vocals. It's like I know the vocals is in the background, you can kind of hear it, but it's definitely interesting. That's another one I personally covered on my Instagram, one of my better videos for sure. I didn't cover the entire thing. Now this is one song where he did kind of like kick back a little bit. Tried to. Personally, if it's me, as somebody who is a decent, you know, prog drummer, decent, not good, but decent, I'd say, I mean, Sleep Token's the middle ground, right? Like, 2, for me, he's the middle ground between something like Tesseract or Animals as Leaders or Ocean's 8 Alaska, where the drumming is just stupid. Because what he's playing really isn't that complicated most of the time. I mean, I'd say 95% of these songs, what he's doing is middle of the road, you know. It's his own, it's his unique style, but it's not that difficult to learn or play. Not that crazy compared to some stuff that's out there. Now, he adds some things every once in a while, like the end of this song, some of these, you know, fills that are at the end of this. I think this is Damocles. At the end of this song, there's some interesting drum fills that are a little tougher to play for sure, but it's not like you're playing, you know, a grindcore song or something that's got to be super insane. Because that takes a different type of control, a little bit different level of strength and complexity and ability. That this is something you could develop. This is almost like a blend of R&B and metal, which, you know, is why they kind of get a little bit of pushback. I do love this fill. But like that ending, super big, super epic, it's awesome, but not that complex, just not really as hard as it sounds. And it doesn't even sound that hard, I think, to most people, but I think there's also a complexity for people who don't play an instrument, who have no, you know, knowledge of this stuff. Trying to figure it out by just listening to it. It's not something you're going to memorize the first go-around. You're just not. I'm surprised he has to keep tightening his snare, too. Like, it doesn't seem like he's playing that hard. Like, to be honest, that's one thing for me I just don't love. And I know he's in a certain setting. I do wish that, even though he's animated and his movements are kind of grandiose, I feel like he does not hit his drums very hard. Very consistent. Like, he sounds great because he's very consistent in his technique, but like when he hits cymbals, it feels like he's not really like playing that hard. But again, I love his writing. I love the technicality that he is bringing to the simplicity, and the fact that he's really trying to write for the song. He's trying to orchestrate, you know, something that is Sleep Token. He's not trying to copy any of his influences. He's not trying to make something to make people happy. You know, Sleep Token in general is a band that does that. They're a band that knows what they are, they know who they want to be, and they deliver on that. And it's probably one of the most authentic things they can do. Damn, I get an ad right in the middle of that song? Get out of here. Alright, 2046. I mean, he is a beast, though. I mean, it's definitely not to say he's not one of the best drummers out there, for real. He definitely is. Everything he's earned, everything he's done in the last couple of years is 100%, 100% earned and worthy of it. But and you can see the nuances, like in his technique, the way he lets his index finger kind of breathe here. A lot of people would say that's bad technique, but that's not. That's what we do here. We adjust. We kind of, you know, have to be able to do the things that allow us to play songs like this consistently. Yeah, I mean, really, if you break it down, when you watch guys like Thomas Lang, for example, he's easily one of my favorite drummers in the entire world. What Thomas does is so next level when it comes to drumming. It's absolutely mind-blowing for anybody who watches it. Somebody like Sleep Token or Two, or, you know, artists like this, there's definitely, you know, a professionality that comes along with it, but I think it's a little bit more spectacle than anything. Because what he's doing is awesome, but I could show you a lot of drummers who can pretty much do this that aren't nearly as popular or as famous. So you start to realize, okay, it's not all about just your ability. It's definitely a bit of the artistry that they're bringing to all this stuff. And another thing is, even when he's playing, another thing I'm surprised in is, I mean, he's still killing it, and this is a total live performance, but it is not perfect. He's not 100% perfect on everything he's doing. There's definitely been a couple moments where I've heard, you know, a nuanced or a missed hit or something that just didn't land as nicely as it sounded on the album, and that's cool. I'd rather it be human than, you know, perfectly stereo. Man, yeah, huge turnout, too. Look at that audience. Oh, he's doing the Roland with the mallets, huh? That's an interesting, I guess if he's going to do the builds on the cymbals, might as well. Don't have to switch the sticks. I do love how he does the hi-hat snare into the tom. I do that a lot myself. One of my favorite drum fills. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's hard to keep really talking about what he's doing. I mean, he, like I said, he does a lot where he realistically isn't doing anything one-dimensional. He's a big, you know, do the big open, kind of following the groove, and then he'll add like the nuanced ghost notes in there. Loves to hit the extra cymbals, loves to kind of add some flair and some fills in between the main groove. And he's, you know, he's doing those pretty standard fills. Most people don't think drums like this. Oh my gosh, another ad. Now you're getting ads right in the middle of this. Stupid. And skip. All right. 26:45. Jeez, got to remember my timestamps just because of these stupid ads. But, you know, when he's doing these fills and stuff, it's not like it's not stuff that drummers don't learn. You know, these are certain things that people learn pretty quickly on their drum journeys. So it's cool that he utilizes them and he brings them out, you know, in tasteful places. But the idea is, some people don't think that drums can be melodic. The way he writes is definitely got melody to it, and I think that's kind of an important thing, that drums should have melody. They're more melodic than you would think. I mean, the drums have certain tones and stuff that you can really hone in on, if you're paying attention. Same with cymbals, they all have distinct sounds. The toms, the snares, the splashes. It's orchestration at the finest points with this. Like, that's always a cool one. You're going off time there. You're going from that 4/4 feel to that 3/6 feel. Just for that one moment. It's cool. And I do think, too, starting to just kind of have a little bit of fun with this. I think he's realizing, like, this is kind of... I mean, I'm out here performing the songs I like, the songs that I love to play, and I get to perform them by myself for an audience, you know. It doesn't happen often, but man, I'll tell you what, in a moment like this, you drop a stick, that'd be, dude. I would not sleep the rest of the week. I'd be so nervous about that. We got people clapping, all right. You know, weird comparison, but he reminds me of the metal version of Josh Dun from 21 Pilots. Like, Josh Dun has a similar groove and energy to him when he plays. Like, he's just out there, like, loving it, having a ton of fun. And it's like his personality. Also, what is inside of his floor tom? Is it like... I can't tell if he's got like cotton balls in there or something. Very interesting. He's got all the nuanced movements, though. To be honest, I do quite a few of these movements myself. I feel like there's kind of like a playbook for metal drums that you can really take from, but... Yeah, his drums do sound great, though. It's crazy what a good sounding drum set will do for you, man. Is that the end-all be-all? No. I mean, I've heard some not great drum sets that people can just shred on. But when you have drums that sound this good, yeah, it's interesting. And I can't tell what was off. Something sounded off right there. I'm not sure if it was just the way he played it, or, you know, sometimes you get too complex for your own good and the part just sounds sloppy. Again, I might also be, you know, nitpicking. And one thing I'm surprised he doesn't have is a clap stack, man. I figured 2 would be a guy with a clap stack. In fact, he's using the Roland. I mean, why not? Throw the clap stack in there, dude. But yeah, look at his... Just watch his right hand. It's very nuanced. It's almost like he's got a wand. And he really doesn't play that hard with it. Like, when he's grooving, he's not really, like, slamming the groove. Like, he hits everything pretty clean, but that, like, right there, he's really not hitting very hard. So, whether or not you're a big fan of hard-hitting drummers, which I personally like to watch somebody, like, really put their body and their weight into it and feel the groove there, because otherwise I'm like, yeah, it's a clean, sterile sound, and... You know, it's pleasant in the scheme of the song. It sounds consistent, but I don't feel the essence of the drummer. I think his toms and his snare make up for it because they're very unique, and you feel that there. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more oomph in the cymbal playing. The left hand is fine, just the right hand. But to be honest, even look at the way he claps. He feels like he's he almost feels like a pretty laid-back person. Doesn't feel like he's got a ton of you know, aggression, maybe is the word. I can't tell. Are we really getting an ad in the middle of this song? Get the fuck out of here. All right, let's go again. All right, skip at 32:25. Jesus, that's fucking annoying. At least make the ads in between the songs. Love the guitar tones, though. And the way they write their breakdowns and stuff is definitely cool. They're chaotic, and I do like that. Like, there's times for me, personally, where I'm like, it feels a little bit like wanking off. However, does it still work, and is it still fun to listen to? Hell yeah. It's just, I think for me, like, something like this, I'd probably do a little bit less of this crazy groove with the floor tom. I'd probably do a little bit more just kind of playing the groove and maybe doing some cooler ghost notes and some cooler nuanced approaches to it. Because I feel like, what am I gaining out of the floor tom here? You know what I mean? Like, just... I mean, it's cool. Yeah, you can do triplet fills on there in between with the groove, but that's just me. You know what I mean? Do I absolutely hate it? No, just wouldn't be a stylistic choice I would make. But that's also why I'm in my basement making YouTube video reactions, and he's doing this thing for a living, I guess. So what do I know? Lovely drum set too, man. DW? Yeah, you can't beat those. I would love to play a nice 5-piece DW kit again, but... Or Tama. I'm a Tama guy for the most part, but... Go on, too. That's pretty awesome. I think that's just about the end of the video. Yeah, the dude's a beast, though. I will say that. I mean, the fact he gets out and does this is pretty fucking cool, you know? You don't see a lot of professional drummers with their kind of anonymity and their kind of representation and their level of hype that'll get out and do something like this, make public appearances. Sure, you won't see him speak much. You'll probably get a photo or two or something here, but... you know, nothing too crazy that takes him out of character, and I think that's pretty sick. He still sticks to the character, and will still make these appearances, and it's great publicity. I mean, it's what you want from an artist, somebody who is here to please the fans, is creative and unique in themselves, and yeah, can do that. So, well done, too. Well done. Definitely worth the wait. I'm glad I waited to react to this. And see, he's throwing out sticks, man. Really, he does it for the people, so that's pretty awesome. Damn. Hell yeah. Alright guys, so that was my reaction and breakdown of 2's TamTam Drumfest performance. Let me know if you have any other questions or if you have any comments, leave them down below. Let me know what you thought about the video, or go ahead and throw out any questions that I didn't answer in the video, and I will do my best to get to you and yeah, try to do what I can to answer them for you. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thanks again.